So you guys came by Sam through online? A
rescue website online.
And how did that go when you first picked him up?
When we first picked him up,
Yeah.
it was a nightmare.
So what kind of things happened?
We drove from where?
We drove all the way down to Connecticut to meet the woman who was transporting him.
Yeah.
And that was the halfway point
Yeah.
from where he was. He was in Tennessee.
Yeah.
And he was nervous. He was so nervous, and all the way home, he pooped in his crate. All the way home. We literally stopped every
We stopped
hour.
3 times. He did finally fall asleep. Once
Yeah.
we hit about Kennebunkport, he finally fell
He
asleep.
got almost home and he fell asleep.
Yeah. But he was a nervous wreck.
And
yeah.
at that point, we were like really nervous. What did we do?
Really?
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
what did you see the next day?
He was very antsy the next day. Paced a lot.
Yeah.
He didn't sleep well at night.
Didn't sleep for a few days. Didn't sleep.
So you guys were you guys thinking you'd made a mistake, or
We were thinking we were in over our heads, I think.
and how did you find me?
We had just moved to Hamden, so I was looking for daycares that were closer to us.
Yeah.
And you were the first person I called.
Wow, really?
And I just you were. But when I talked to you on the phone, it wasn't just like, sure, bring him in. I felt like you knew what you were doing just by talking to you on the phone. You know what I mean? You made me feel comfortable. So I didn't have to call anywhere else.
Oh, that's good to know.
So
when you brought Sam here, originally, how long did it take you to see a change in his behavior?
from when he was acting nervous.
From when he was acting crazy?
Not long.
I would say maybe a week, couple weeks.
Yeah.
And we did have issues with Sam.
Yeah.
We had
Yeah.
some itchy issues with Sam, and I suggested you put him on a raw diet, and I think you saw results fairly quickly.
Very quick. We were surprised at how quickly.
He's been on it ever since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, other than that, he had the itching. I think that was last year.
That was a while back.
That was
That was a while back.
And then we had the Giardia issue.
Yeah.
So you treated him for Giardia, and then he went on from there.
Yeah.
So really, this is we've all worked pretty closly.
Yeah.
As a team to help Sam get to be the best dog he can be. You guys had an event just recently where you went camping or something?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did that go?
Went well. I was with, we were with my family, 50 some odd people,
A lot of people.
and nobody knows what he sounds like because he never barked.
We had people asking us, "Does your dog make noise?"
He never barked
And
once.
And
He
we
would
were
just-
around probably like 9 other dogs.
Yeah, we're around 9 other dogs.
And like maybe 6 little dogs that barked the whole time, a big Rottweiler, just all.
I mean, they're all friendly dogs,
Yeah.
but, he just never barked.
Yeah.
And there's even times where we were in cabins, and there were times where we'd go out into town, so we would take him and put him in our kennel in the cabin.
And even then we would come back and we would say, "Did he bark?" While we were gone, and they're like, "No, didn't hear a peep, didn't hear anything." And one of the little dogs nipped his nose, and I thought, "Oh God!" And he just stood there.
He didn't retaliate.
He didn't do anything, and I was like, "Oh, that is." We had so many compliments that weekend.
I mean, we did have him on a leash because we weren't sure.
Yeah.
Well, we
You
were in
know.
an unfamiliar place.
We were in an unfamiliar area. We had, several other dogs, so we did have him on a leash.
Yeah.
Although I did try him off leash, and he snuck a snack off some dogs' dog food, so some stuff
Yeah.
that doesn't agree to his GI. But
Yeah. We can always tell when Sam gets into.
Oh
a mess.
God. Yeah. Yeah. We found out later that day.
But I mean, for the most part, he did well.
Yeah. He
Can't complain.
he's not on a leash at home ever. Stays
So
Yeah.
really, when you got Sam, he was 4 months, 5 months.
Yeah, wow.
He was 4 months old and he had been abandoned
Yeah.
with his 2 siblings. So he had already formed a lot of his opinions of people, other animals. So we had a lot of work to do, which we didn't realize when we got him.
Right.
You know, we went in, we had never owned a dog before. We went into this blind.
So your heart's in the right place. You went and got
Yeah.
the dog. It's just when you got the dog and you brought him home, you both looked at each other and went, "What did we do?"
Yeah.
Right, exactly. Exactly. You do this for your kids
You do this
because your kids want a dog so bad, you know?
and you want to do the right thing.
Yes.
You want to do the rescue if you can, and
Yeah.
and if you didn't go through and do all the things that you did, he would still be
Yeah.
Off balance.
Oh, yeah.
Off balance.
My biggest thing when we got a dog was, if we're getting a dog, we're not going to get a dog and give him away because he's not a good dog,
Right.
because he's chewing things or because he's hyper, and I can't have a hyper dog. Like, we have very well behaved kids and we expect good behavior, and I would want that of my dog too. And I didn't want to have to give my dog away because he was biting people or anything like that. We wanted to keep. If we're getting a dog, we're getting a dog. That's it.
Now that brings up a really good point. There is a difference between treating a dog like a dog and
Yes.
a child.
Yes.
And a lot of people think that they can treat a dog like a child, and that's not what you guys have done. You've
No,
really
yeah.
set the standard, and you've followed the program consistently, and you treat Sam like a dog,
Yep.
Yeah.
and you found really good results with that.
We don't do the baby talk. We
No.
don't do the come here. No, we don't do any of that.
No
It's-
furniture.
Yeah.
No furniture.
He doesn't jump up on furniture.
No.
He's only allowed on
Jacob's
bed
bed.
and Olivia's bed, or no? Yeah. But he only goes on Jacob's bed because he really wants him to get on his bed.
Yeah.
But for the most part, no furniture.
But he knows when to get down. He knows
He
when
does.
to be respectful.
And he
Yeah.
doesn't even try.
Yeah.
He doesn't even try to get on the couch or on the ottoman or anything. He
doesn't even
knows it's not
sneak
his
it.
territory.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
When we eat supper at the dinner table, we send him to his bed, and he sits on his bed until we're done eating.
So he's not begging for food or not
Nope.
obsessing.
Well, the
or-
biggest thing is to never start.
Yeah, never. If we
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
tell him to go lay down, of course he'll come over and he'll
Sure, he'll
Right.
push.
He'll
you know.
sit.
Of course.
He'll push the
Of course
limits,
he
but
will, like a toddler.
yeah, it's an ongoing process.
It is an ongoing business.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I have come to you, and it has been frustrating at times. I know from your standpoint, you know, when I had to tell you the 5th time, I think he's got Giardia.
Right.
again. And so he'd keep getting Giardia,
Yeah.
but you know, it was a frustrating
Yeah.
experience the first couple of months, but you stuck to it, and now you get to see the payoff. Would you
Yeah.
agree? It's now that you get to see the payoff, and this
Right.
dog will be this way for the rest of your lives. But it is a consistent. You have to
Right.
do it every day,
Absolutely.
just like with kids.
It's very
Yes.
consistent. It's always the same routine every single day. At
Yeah.
night, he gets a snack, 9:30 or so, and we send him outside to do his business. He has an area that he's trained to go into,
Yep.
and then it's inside, and I just have to say kennel, and sometimes we don't even have to say it. When he sees us turning lights off, he's already going upstairs into
time
the
to
kennel.
go.
It's time to go to bed. Yeah.
And there's times we're sitting down watching TV, he just gets up and walks upstairs. We're like,
And he goes to bed by
He's going to
himself.
bed.
I guess
He
it's
goes into
bedtime.
his kennel.
A lot of dogs do
I guess
that.
Yeah.
it's bedtime.
Yeah.
So now
So-
my approach is, I'm just really no nonsense, and
Right.
what would you say, what would the feedback be from that? Honestly, the feedback, I mean, do you feel ever that I was too hard on you guys? I was not hard enough? Did you ever feel
No.
like
No.
there was anything I was, you know?
No. I think if maybe we would have different personalities, it might have
Yeah.
been different.
Yeah.
And also, I think it helped that when we came here, we didn't have a set mindset of how things were going to go. We completely came in and said, help us.
Right.
We
So-
don't know what we're doing.
Right. So it's you either believe in the person
Right.
Mm-hmm.
and their expertise,
Right.
or you don't.
Right,
Right.
exactly.
And that's the
Yes.
key. You either believe in the ability of my professionalism to change a dog,
Right.
or you don't.
It was to our benefit that we knew nothing.
Right.
It really was.
Yeah.
Because if we would have owned a dog before and came
come
in
with preconceived.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to say. Preconceived notions.
ideas.
Yes. And
Yeah.
it helped us that we were totally clueless.
Well, now you're not.
Right.
Right.
So now you have a great
Right.
dog, and
Yeah.
Now I see dogs and I'm like, oh, geez, Elizabeth needs to work on that dog.
And also, the other dogs that we have known are not the best behaved dogs. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
When we got I was afraid
Yeah.
of how big he was gonna get. I was afraid of big dogs. I was afraid. I kept thinking, what if he bites me? You know, and now I have none of those fears at all.
And did you find that the fear factor went away gradually, or did it go away when you felt more confident?
It was me. It was all about me feeling
Yeah.
confident.
Yeah.
He was a good dog to begin with. He just needed to be trained.
Yeah.
But you helped me feel like I could do it. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
that's
Like-
good. Yeah.
And the kids, and our 11-year-old daughter does it.
Yeah. Olivia. Yeah.
Olivia
yeah.
is excellent at it. I mean, so does Jacob does it too, but she's excellent at it.
Yeah.
So,
Well, that's the key.
Yeah.
So you're happy dog owners.
yes, I would say yes.
High five! High five! All done. Cool. There. So, Andrew, you've been coming to your dog's inn for how long?
Close to 5 years.
What made you come to your dog's inn?
Well, we gotten 2 puppies, 2 yellow labs, Bella and Zoe, and we were wanting to make sure that we were raising them right, so to speak, so that they were mannerly, so that they were following my wife and I when we were giving them commands, so that we could take them out places and have them around our family, and they would be well-behaved dogs.
Have you seen a change in them since you brought them?
Certainly. We brought them when they were just a few months old, I think maybe 6 or 7 months old, and they were wild and crazy, a little out of hand, I'll admit that. But now they are some of the more well-behaved dogs that people have noticed when they come to see us, or if we take them places, they always speak to how well-behaved our dogs are.
When you first came, I kind of laid down the way it's going to be. Was that kind of hard for you guys to originally, take on?
Somewhat, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of something that we hadn't really experienced before.
So Andrew, you came about 5 years ago with your lab puppies, Bella and Zoe. They were kind of out of hand at the time. Did we help you at all with Bella and Zoe behavior-wise?
Yeah, certainly. You were right to say, they were a little bit out of hand. They were, just a few months old. So we had some accidents still taking place inside, little behavior issues as far as not listening and kind of playing off of one another too. We had to really work with you to establish who the real pack leader was for Bella and Zoe, and that being my wife and I. And certainly going through the program here at Your Dog's Inn, that definitely helped us get that through.
So the puppy program, it seemed like a long thing initially, but do you feel like it was a good investment?
Absolutely, yeah. That's part of the reason why we've been here so long. Even after the puppy program, it's been valuable to have them come here for consistency's sake, as well as continued involvement. Every now and then we want to make sure that they're still following or playing by the rules, so to speak, because they are still very energetic 5-year-old dogs. So definitely starting out with the puppy program was incredibly valuable to set that standard and that expectation of them, and it also taught my wife and I a lot about bringing up 2 very energetic 5-7-month-old labs. So
It was kind of, or maybe I'm wrong, but it is kind of hard in the beginning. I think you'd agree when you first start the program to just trust a person that you really don't know. in a lot of the things that I said, no, it has to be this way. And do you look back on that and go, oh, I get it now?
Absolutely, yeah. When we first started bringing Bella and Zoe here, we kind of thought of doggy daycare of just a place you bring your dog to drop them off to play while you had to tend to adult life. You don't go to work and all those things. But it's much more than that. It's more of teaching your dog how to be a good dog, and have them respect not only you but your environment and your guests and your family as well.
Great.
Yeah.